I'm trying to give a bit of a bird's eye view in this video on brocaded tablet weaving. So you always put through the weft first. As you can see here, actually it's a little bit twisted, so make sure that doesn't happen. So pull this through, step one. And I was reading quite a few books, I particularly like Nancy Speace's book, Ecclesiastical Pomp and Circumstance, and I really liked the fact that she talked about needing a routine to just remember certain steps, and I find it really helpful. Now, what you do on the edges here is quite important to avoid having nasty big loops there. So I use 2 tablets, and you come from the back to the front and then out the side, because all you want to do is just avoid a big loop here on the outside. So put it down here and then do the counting. So on my chart here I've got a 4 here, but I've got an additional 2, the red one, so 6. So I go through, I've got 3 and 3. So I'm using a large knitting needle as a pickup stick. Personally, I actually prefer that to the ones that you can buy. So now this goes under. So we've got 5 where the gold goes over. So we've got 3, 2, 5, and the rest goes under. So it's a really simple pattern. Now you see what happens. You've got this temporary shed here. So you can see this from the side perhaps a bit. There you go. And the gold goes through the temporary shed. There you go, because all you want is the gold to show up on the top. So, and don't forget to pop this back down again. Take 2 tablets or cards, and should be fairly easy because that's just the red, and it goes back down here. So it's time to turn the tablets 1/4. And this is why I like the brocading so much. It's none of that trying to remember which tablets you're supposed to be turning where. And then pull gently. And what I like to do is give it first a little bit of a push here, tighten it, and then pull a bit more. Check the back. You don't want to have a loop here, because in the beginning I forgot to do that, and yes, I did have quite a lot of loops and I didn't like that. Fortunately, this is still a practice piece, so I can happily do things like, as you can see here, I was trying out things which didn't quite work out. I mean, look at the back here. That is a bit awful, yes. But the important thing is, if you do it like that, you don't have those big gold loops here. And in fact, you should still be able to see them here, I think, because I didn't do that here. I was just starting to learn how to do that. So once more, the weft goes through first. Oh, don't forget to move your pattern count up. See, here I am talking about routines that I like, and I entirely forget it. So then, once again, from the back, out to the side. There you go. Put it down and let's count. So I've got 5 under, so that's 2, 3, 5 under. There you go. And then I have 3 over, so that means that for 3 tablets the gold's lying on the top. And then I've got 1 under and 3 over, and the rest is simple under. Temporary shed, pull the gold through. Make sure it doesn't all tangle, and then go back down again through the last 2 tablets. Not 3 as I'm trying to do here, no, just 2. And yeah, so you've got this in a nice line. You can see here it comes from the back, this is where it lies on the top, and it goes to the back again. So one more turn. And push, and then gentle pulling of the threads, check the gold, maybe a bit more. And what about the yellow loop? Ooh. And beat it properly. One of the things that often happens is that it gets tighter, so you can fan it out nicely a little bit like that. Also, as Nancy Spee says, you should really be monitoring the width all the time. I mean, this is a practice piece, and this is a really small one. But yes, it's a very good idea to maybe have it on your sword beater, the actual width that the tablet should be, to make sure you keep checking it, and it doesn't just suddenly tighten like here when I was trying out things, and you can see that it just quickly became much narrower here. There you go. Hope it helps.